From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on this Tuesday. It's not Super Tuesday, but it is Tuesday, Election Day in the United States. The markets are really quiet here today. The S&P's got a 5.5 handle range, and as we wrote in our equity report this morning, we suspected that would be the case. The markets are firm, and they're not really under a lot of selling pressure, as what a lot of people thought they would be going into the elections and all this other selling activity that was talked about going into September and October. The S&P as of this morning, after yesterday's double top at 1193, made a high at 1192, one handle off its contract high. We're failing to see the weakness here. Now, the big thing that we're concerned about isn't that we're going to see a big move down. It's what happens if we don't get a move down. And the plain and simple facts of this is that, yes, we're going to go into the election stuff today. We'll get those results tonight. We think that's already in the market, that the Republicans are going to take over a lot more space into Congress and into the Senate, and that is already being seen in the markets as a favor, as a positive. And on the other side of this is tomorrow in the QE2 and the Fed. We don't really have a good guess on this, but our best expectations are that the market's already digested much of what it's going to digest into the Fed meeting tomorrow. It'll be all about the headlines at 1:15 in the afternoon. As far as the rest of the day is concerned, we've got very small volume here. We started out with around 300,000 minis traded pre-open. We've got about 780,000 minis traded right this minute, and that's 10:10 Chicago time, or 10 after 10 Central time, and the market's plain and simple are just very quiet. We suspect that if the S&P continues to back and fill the way it is, that there's a very good possibility that it will start to take out the buy stops that are building up above the 1193 double top. If they do start to take out those stops, we've got 1198 as our first resistance, and then the 1204, 1205 level, which we've been toting on the IM and our equity report for the last 2 months. You know what? It's all about the elections, and it's all about tomorrow's results and the Fed. And, you know, we're in a holding pattern right here, and we don't think much is going to go on. We did a tour of the floor a little bit earlier for our friends from Futures and Option World London, and she got a very good picture of what's going on down here, and it's just very quiet. All the pits are quiet. A little bit of activity over in the Eurodollar options this morning, but over in the S&Ps and in the grain rooms all across the floor, it's quiet. We'll be back tomorrow with another Mr. Top Step update.